Okay.
24th of
Yeah.
March, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora.
Okay. So that was the basic thing that came out over there was that we defended this idea that a person could be makna a davar shelo bo olam. He could sell something that he doesn't yet own. Uh, and when do we say that it'll work? When the buyer expresses confidence and trust in him that he'll be able to deliver the goods, and that and like that, we say that he's gonna it's gonna be a self fulfilling prophecy, so to speak, and he's gonna go ahead and do it. So, but now what the Gemara wants to know is, but why is there a difference between saying in the future when it happens, whenever that is, like in the case in the case of this Tosefta in the Resha, it says Masha Erash Me'aba Machor Lecha. Whenever I inherit whenever I get my Yerusha, in other words, from Abba, so then I'm going to sell to you the property that I get. So that's open ended. It's not clear when that's going to be. And we say over there, Lo Amar Klum. The Baraisa said Lo Amar Klum. But in the Seifa, if he says what he gets, Masha Eresh min Abba Hayom, what he gets in the Yerusha from Abba today is sold to him. Or even what comes up from the catch, that if he's a trapper or a right a bird catcher or something of that sort. If he says hayom, so then we say that it works. Devar of kayomim. So now the Gemara wants to know maishno resha, maishno seifa. What's the difference in these two cases? We have a different result. Okay, Lou, you got the place.
No, not what's the phrase I'm
Where
looking
is this? Okay, so this is towards the bottom of Tezain Amid Aleph.
for?
Um, let's see how close it is.
Oh, Umay Shna Resha.
Yeah, Maishno Reish and Maishno Sefer.
Okay. And what is the difference between the first case of the brisa in which the sale is invalid, Umay Shna Seifa, and the last case of the brisa in which the sale is? In both cases, the purchaser is not confident. Question mark. Gemara answers. Amar Rabbi Yochanan. Rabbi Yochanan said, Seifa, the last case of the brisa, is explained as follows: Ma she rash me abba hayom. When a person tells his fellow, that which I will inherit from my father today is sold to you, sale is valid. Mishum kavod aviv, goes to the honor of the seller's father. Ma she ta'aleh mitudasi hayom. When a person tells his fellow, that which my net will catch today is sold to you, the sale is valid. Mishum kidei chayav, because it is his livelihood.
Mm-hmm. Let's take a look at Rashi.
Mm-hmm.
Rashi is the last Rashi on the page, last line on the Amid Aleph.
Mishum Kavod Aviv, because of the honor of his father. Keshahaya Aviv Goses. His father was a Goses, is like on his deathbed. B'tzrich ma'ot l'kivroto, and he needs money for his burial. Utachritin and the shrouds. Muzhar l'kavod aviv. That's recognized as being the honor of his father. Shalo li'shahuto b'bizion. So it shouldn't be. He shouldn't be disgraced. It shouldn't be in disgracement.
So, trying to unpack exactly what it is that we're saying over here. So this study that we say that the son says, "What I'm going to yarshin from my father today." How does he know today? Rashi says because right now the father is very, very close to taking leave of this world, and so when the son promises, it is that he's so why the son is going to be interested to that's because of the honor of the father that he's going to have a proper kvura, and that costs money. And so the son is going to, by selling some of the property that he inherits from the father, so he's going to get that money, and with that he'll be able to take care of the kvura. So like that, the words of the son are effective. They make an effective deal, an effective sale. Okay. Okay. Oh, and then the next Rashi, Mishum Kedei Chayav. I will sell to you. That's what he said. That's Mishum Kedei Chayav. We say that's Devar of Kayamim. His words are stand. They're effective. And that's Mishum Kedei Chayav. We got Rashi.
Okay, that's the next page.
Who wants to read the Rashi?
Okay.
Yeah, it's on the next, it's top of the next page.
Okay. Mishum Kedei Chayav, in order to make a living out of it. Ma Sheta'ale Mitzodati will come up from my what will benefit, I guess, Ta'ale, I will get from my trappings today, Hayom. Tiknu Chachamim, the Chachamim made a takana, Shayu Devarim Kayim, that his words should exist. Shema, perhaps Srichu, he needs Lumazonon, he needs it for food. A Devar, a Ma'ud, a little bit. These are a few words. About Ma Chetale Mitzudei call and call Chodesh, but that's today it's okay. But if you'll say whatever I will earn for my trappings or for the whole month, or call Shana all year, ain't Sham Kedei Chayav. That's not considered, for my livelihood. You could on a daily basis you could say it, but you can't you can't get away with it saying it's forever. It's all a long-term thing.
Right. In other words, in terms of his needs, what he needs to have he needs to be able to eat today. We're not going to worry about what he's going to eat next month and the month after that. That'll take. That's not considered to be kadei chayav for his support. It's like the mun in the midbar. Came every day. Didn't come a month's supply of mun. Came every day. Okay. Okay, so this explains why in these cases of the Sefer, his words are effective. And in fact, Rashi learned over here in Kedei Chayav that it's really a takana. Didn't he use that word, takana? Yeah, takanas chachamim over here. So really, midaraisa doesn't work really. But the chachamim came in and they declared that his words should be effective because he needs to eat today. So presumably it's got to be a tekanas chachamim also in the case of the case of the father. Shouldn't, even though Rashi doesn't mention explicitly, openly, in that one line Rashi Mishum Kavod Aviv, he doesn't mention anything about it tekanas chachamim. I would assume that that would be the case over there as well. And so once we say that the cases of the Sefer, we explain why it is that they made it takanas chachamim, that the words should be effective. So we understand on our own why in the Reisha the words are ineffective. They don't have the compelling need of the honor of the father. They don't have the compelling need of the parnasa of the person who's selling. So therefore they're ineffective because that's basically the way it goes. It doesn't work to sell something davar shelo bo la'olam. You don't have the case of what about what who was it that said it? Rava. He said that svara if the buyer expresses confidence and trust in the seller that he's gonna be able to deliver, so then it works, even though he doesn't really have it at the time of the sale. That's going to need an explanation, but that's what we're saying so far. Okay. Now let's go weiter. Amar Rav Huna, Amar Rav.
Sorry about that. I was muted. Amar Rav Huna, Amar Rav. Rav Huna said in the name of Rav, Haomer Lacha Vero. He says to his friend, Sadeh she'ani lokeach, the field that I am about to purchase, lich she'ekachena kinuya lecha ma'achshav, is conveyed to you when I acquire it retroactively to now.
Yeah.
Conveyed to you, the field which I am about to borrow, the field that I am about to purchase is conveyed to you when I acquire it retroactively to Kana. The recipient acquires the field when the giver purchases it, and the giver may then not rescind the conveyance.
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. sometime. Right. Okay. So
this is another example of
okay. So Rav Huna Marav. Yeah. Sana shani lokeach. A field that I am going to acquire in the future. Look, when I do acquire it, it'll be belonging to me, belonging to you. It'll be acquired to you from now, from the now at the time of the sale, even though I don't own it right now. Can that work?
It wouldn't seem so. How does he have control over that?
No, he's sort of doesn't have control yet, but it's like when I get control, it will be as if I said it now. You don't have to wait for a future time for it to happen. It'll take place immediately, so to speak. But there is a Rashi on this.
Yeah, let's see what is the let's see what Rashi has to say about this.
There is that's the third line at the end. I'm getting it from now. When it's acquired,
when I will acquire it in the future.
I will acquire it. Lo uchal lachzor. Well, you can't. That's it. I would acquire future. You can't retract the sale. You can't go back on it.
Right.
Yeah, and then it says, "Kana does acquire it. Im yikachena, if he will acquire it, the ein yichol lachzor, and he can't go back. Kishalakacha, when he purchased it."
I'm just looking at a correction over here. The Hagos Vitzionim. He says you got to say over here instead of O, this last word instead of bo, it says B. Okay, fine. That's just a grammatical detail. Lo uchal lachzor bi. I won't be able to retract. Okay. Kana. Oh, so now what does it mean, kana? Oh, kana is the Gemora. Is the Rav Huna Marav saying that it's a valid kinyan. This constitutes a valid kinyan on behalf of the purchaser. Rashi.
No, on behalf of the purchaser, Rabbi. On behalf of the person that he's giving it to, according to my English.
The buyer, we mean to say.
No, the buyer is saying, I'm buying this and I'm giving it to you. The third person is the person that is kana.
Soda shani lokeach. Jew number 1 says, Soda shani lokeach. A field that I am going to acquire. I don't have it right now. I am hereby declaring that when I do, in fact, acquire it, kanuya lecha, it will be acquired to you, the akshav, even from now. And there's only 2 people over here.
No, there's 3 people. There's a buyer, there's a seller, and there's a third person.
This conversation is only taking place between 2 people.
That's right. And of the 2 people, the one who acquires is not the buyer, the other one.
Do they have somebody who says that?
Yeah, my
Who-
English.
No, but who says it besides the English?
Uh, I doesn't say.
See, because this is what we've been talking about the whole time. You got a seller and you got a buyer. The buyer is basically saying, even though I don't own the property right now to sell to you, but I'm making a deal with you that when I do acquire the property in the future, it should be acquired to you, the buyer.
No, the buyer's talking.
Okay, so I think that we have a mix-up over here. It's true that he's going to be a buyer from a third party, but the third party is not standing here. There's only two people standing here. There's Jew number one and there's Jew number two. Jew number one is saying that he's going to be selling the property to Jew number two. But that property that he's selling to him, he doesn't own it right now. He's going to buy it from somebody who's not here right now. In the future, he's going to do that. He's going to take care of that. But he's saying that when I do buy it from him, when I acquire it from him, it's going to be acquired to you, Jew number two. So between the two of these people, there's a Jew number one is selling to Jew number two, the buyer. And that's the Hiddish, that even though Jew number one doesn't own the property right now, but he's saying that it'll be acquired to you, Jew number two, when I acquire it from this other person. Let's see if Rashi clarifies this. There's no Rashi on this. There's no Rashi over here at all. Oh, no, one second. No, let's take a look at Rashi, Divrei Maskil Kona.
We did that. I did that, Connor. It said, if he purchases it, Ein Yechol Lachzor. He can't go back on what he purchased.
Yeah, so Rashi is saying Kana is going on Jew number two, the buyer. If Jew number one, the seller, acquires it, if he manages to buy it from some Jew, where he ever is that has this property, so then Kana, it will be acquired to the purchaser over here. And the point is, Rashi is saying, Ein Yochol Laksa, Jew number one will not be able to get out of the deal and say, no, I want it for myself. That's the point. Kana is going on to Jew number two, the one who's the seller between Jew number one and Jew number two. Sorry, he's the buyer. He's the one who's buying it from Jew number one. Okay. I don't know any other way that you could read the Gemora, truthfully.
I can read it a different way.
How would you read it?
Okay, the one who's being given to it as a gift. The seller is Jew number one. The buyer is Jew number two. The one who's receiving it as a gift is Jew number three. Jew number one is not present. So he's not in the conversation. There's nothing that references him. The only two that are referenced in the conversation is Jew number two, who is the buyer, and Jew number three, who is the recipient of the gift. Jew number two says to Jew number three, I'm going to purchase this from Jew number one. And once I purchase it, I'm going to give it to you, Jew number three, and it's going to be yours retroactively. And Rashi says it works, and Jew number two cannot renege.
Okay, I hear what you're saying. You're saying that there's no sale between Jew number two and Jew number three. You're saying he's giving it to him as a gift. So
that's right.
Okay, but it's essentially the. Okay, fine. I agree. The only thing that I was saying is that the Jew number two is selling it to Jew number three.
Oh.
So that's where the misunderstanding came in.
I didn't understand that.
Point
you're saying. I see. So I'm reading it kenuya lecha. I'm reading that as I will convey it to you. Whereas convey means give it as a gift. You're reading it as convey means sell it.
Okay. Okay, so that fine.
It's not clear from my English. It's not clear. You could be right. Oh, except the English calls him the giver. It says, and the giver may not then rescind the conveyance. So
right. That's definitely what it means. The one that's whether he's a seller to Jew number three, whether he's a giver of a gift to Jew number three. When it says kana, it means it's referring to Jew number three has acquired the right to receive that matana or that sale. Because Jew number two, the seller or the giver of the gift cannot retract once he acquires it from Jew number one.
Now we're in a
okay. Yeah, I see what you mean, because it doesn't say that I'll sell it to you. It just says kanuya lecha. It'll be acquired to you. How will it be acquired to you? So they're understanding it'll be acquired to you as a gift. When I acquire it, it'll be acquired to you.
Right.
So they're understanding, even though it's fine. Okay. I think the same thing would be whether it was a sale or a giving of a gift. The main point is that that his words are effective, and what that means, if his words are effective, Jew number two, the one who's doing the talking, is that he can't back out of the agreement that he made. Whether it means that he agrees to sell it, whether it means that he agrees to give it, either way, once he acquires that, even though he doesn't have it right now at the time of his statement to Jew number three, he cannot back out of it.
Yes, I understand that.
If it wouldn't have been in other words, if it wouldn't have been a valid and effective agreement about something that you don't own, it has no force and effect. Or sell it to Jew number 3. We're saying no. It's an effective statement, and he is bound by his statement. Okay. Okay. Okay, we have time for to get into the next thing, so we'll be in the middle for tomorrow. Amarava.
Rava said, Mis Kabra Milsa de Rav. Rav's ruling is indeed logical. Bisade Stam, where the giver conveyed an unspecified field that he plans to purchase for the recipient, is confident that the giver will purchase the field. Aval bisade zu lo. But with this field that he plans to purchase, Rav's ruling is not logical. The gift should not be valid because the recipient thinks, Mi Yemar Zabin La Ni Halai. Who can say whether the owner of this field will sell it to him? I don't get it. What's the difference between this field and a stump?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a Rashi over here, Psada Stam, a long Rashi. I think we're going to have to take a look at this Rashi.
Okay.
All right, so maybe we'll wrap it up for today.
Okay.
Thank you, Rabbi.
As Hashem.
Thing tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow I will be most probably on the road, but I will log in. I may not have the Gemora with me, so I'll just be listening in. Okay.
Okay, very good.
Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
All the best, everybody. Bye, Lou. Bye, Phil.